Can you dig it? It's your boy Infamous, but you can call me Bobo, and welcome back. Since it's Black History Month and I love movies, I thought I'd talk about like the Blaxploitation film genre. And keep in mind, I am not an expert on history and film. I'm just telling you everything I know as best as I can. So don't take this as a legitimate source. Look it up. Google is free. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out DNR. And guys, I got Patreon, so let's say if you guys like wanted to like see my videos early, or like let's say get like behind the scenes stuff, that's where you're gonna like find it though. So like check it out. Okay, let's begin. Alright, let's get something straight. Black people are not monoliths, and we don't all think and behave or act the same way. The term Blaxploitation came from the NAACP. It was a combination of the words black and exploitation. It was describing those movies that were made back in the 70s. Some of them were like low-budget action films that were written and starred black people. Back then, black people did show up in movies and TVs back then, but there were like racist stereotypes. Now this was nothing new. Every single black, African American, or foundational black Americans, whatever term you want to use in particular, it can all be traced back to slavery. Yeah, what else is new? I'll go a little deeper in another video. Now, there were some factors that played a role in the creation of these films. Let's say the Black Panther Party, which I did a video on, check them out. And I think there was a problem with Hollywood back then. The first like known like Blaxploitation film was Sweetback Badass Song. It's about like a male streetwalker who killed two cops and to go on a run. The movie was a success, and its production budget was $15K, and it turned like 15 million in the box office, and the rest was history. Eventually, like more movies like this started to like show up, like Chef, Buffy, Dolomite, Foxy Brown, Superfly, The Mac, and more. If you have Gen X black parents, they 9 times out of 10 like know these movies by heart, and they've seen this movie before. But it wasn't just like black people that watched these movies. Everybody watched this movie. White people, Asians, Latino, everybody. There was a demand for this type of representation. The genre often depicts black men and black women as heroes, which was very rare to see a black person as a hero back then, saving the day. These films often follow specific storylines, like fighting the system, or beating up some drug dealers. Those films like made like some actors a household name, like Pam Grier, Richard Roundtree, Rudy Ray Moore, and others. There was a Kim Possible episode where they referenced Chef a little bit. It involved like Kim like go visiting her grandma, and like Draken like used some sort of like mind control thing to control like the senior citizens. And he pretty much was like saying the whole lyrics to like the Chef theme song.
Your Nana is a bad grandmother.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just talking about Nana.
Okay, you're probably wondering like, if the Blaxploitation genre was so good, why did they stop making it? Well, the NAACP said if you think about it, they seen the movies and they were like, it kind of does reinforce like negative stereotypes. With black women in particular, like they're always seen as like in a state of undress, always seen as like, well, how to put in YouTube friendly terms, easy if you know what I mean. And it does like depict black men as like gangsters and like pimps and drug dealers, which kind of well, I guess in a way kind of like influenced like the gangster archetype that we normally see on screen, which well eventually like almost every single black actor and like well the black male character will always be depicted as. So the NAACP protested against these films, and it kind of did hurt Hollywood's pockets, and they started making those movies. Now, did they really stop like making Blaxploitation films? Obviously not, but their impact on African American culture can be seen today. For example, the Chef movie, which had multiple movies, and it did have a remake with Samuel L. Jackson starring in it. And the Superfly movie actually got a remake around 2018. Django Unchained would be considered a Blaxploitation film. And there's this movie called like Black Dynamite, which is like a satire and I guess like pays homage to the genre. It did get a cartoon, but it's not like kid friendly. Shoot, there was a reference. I mean, there was this song from LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, where he even mentioned like Shaft for a second in like that song. And it was a pretty good song, man. I mean, bro, I'm telling you, like almost every single rapper probably from the 80s and 90s probably did mention or even reference some of like these characters though. Not only in film and like TV and like music though, even like comic books, like even like almost every single like black superhero character that came around the 60s and 70s, they were inspired by Blaxploitation. Or almost like written in like a or their character was designed as if they were like in like some sort of blaxploitation film. Like for example, Black Lightning, Luke Cage, Misty Knight, John Stewart's Green Lantern. Pretty much every single every single like black character that appeared in comic books back in the 70s. They were like I'm just saying like their character designs do like reminds you of the blaxploitation era and the disco era that came around that time. Okay, were the NAACP kind of justified in their, I guess, the way they thought about the blaxploitation films at the time? Okay, I can see the reason, I can see the logic a little bit why, because again, these like, I'm just saying the stereotypes that they were portraying, it does have roots in slavery, and again, I'm definitely like doing like a more deeper dive on that, probably later, or probably, I don't know, probably after I'm done with this video maybe. When I was somewhere around like 15 years old, I used to like write like screenplays about like, you know, like characters, about like them like in like some sort of like a post-apocalyptic scenario, and they do start like black protagonists sometimes. Honestly, I forgot what I did with them. I still kept like the screenplays. I mean, I still have them. But I don't think I have ever really. I don't think I haven't looked at them. I haven't looked at these in like years though. You know that keep in mind, your boy does work with animation. I mean, I could make these things happen, but it would take a team for me to like actually make it happen. And if I really wanted to like make a blaxploitation movie or trying to like get something like that, I'd probably, well, I don't know, guys. Going back to like if the NAACP was kind of like a little justified in that, I'd say, I mean, say yes and a no. I mean, one hand, like the blaxploitation era, like gave like black filmmakers and like actors, like it gave them jobs, and it kind of like broadened the opportunities that like black actors to like play, or like the types of roles that they can play, if that makes sense. And like, let's be honest, like the majority of like the films, of course, obviously they were rated R, of course. I mean, you cannot like be talking about films, drug deals, and all that stuff unless it's like a rated R movie. Well, that's it, guys. I'm definitely gonna like talk about like the stereotypes that black characters are often like put in on screen and like you know their historical roots. Probably later after I'm done with this. Again, overall, my opinion about the blaxploitation era. I mean, there was some good and there was some bad, but overall, I say it did some good because one, again, black people were rarely the heroes in any typical story, but it gave black people, at least back then, what was going on during the 70s, you know, with the Black Power thing, and what was it, the war on drugs that was going on. Hope that there was like, I don't know, a way to like beat the system and be able to escape, you know, the poverty, the drugs, the crime. I know it's not like a lot of black people's experience, but to some black people at least, probably watching those movies at the time, they probably said, yes, I have hope now. I have hope that I can beat the system. And I can escape poverty. I can escape anything. Alright, y'all. Before we gotta go, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check me on DeviantArt. Links to everything is down below. And guys, if you want to like get exclusive content, head over to my Patreon. Again, the links to like everything is down below. Even the information I use. So, guys, check it out. M3 Board out.